Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to cover next week's activities from the exact same blog post that was released last week. Now, if you recall, this is about 2 weeks worth of activity just because of the fact that with the Thanksgiving holidays, they wanted to plan accordingly. Now, what was certain as of yesterday is that they were able to actually add in now the chart, so we are able to see what exactly is going on for next week. But more importantly, details on what's coming up, especially in the coming weeks. So remember, Kahori is going to be the first absolute A-Force member joining in the week. So that's definitely going to be exciting, and for sure looking forward to that. We have this strike salute that's ongoing right now, so make sure when you're logging in, claiming that calendar. There's some special free claims in addition to the 10 for 10 Power Core offers that are also available in the store. Sorry, just scrolling down all the way to where the relevant information is, and we are actually going to be kicking off the Ice Queen Gala. So remember, this is going to be a brand new month for the month of December, and with every new month activity, there's always going to be some new milestones, quick rumbles, and alliance activities that we're looking back on. This Ice Queen Gala, in case you're wondering, is actually a nod to X-Men variant of Emma Frost. She is going to be situated in this month-long event, so that's going to be the character unlock. And I believe there's 100 shards of her, but yeah, there's also going to be these snow globes that you want to take advantage of because similar to what we saw with the candy as well as the turkey, these snow globes are going to exclusively also allow you to purchase things from the store respectively, and these have been amazing in terms of just as a catch-up mechanic to get additional crimson gear, to get additional resources, character shards. We don't know what else is going to be included, but it's been generous actually, so we definitely want to take advantage of that. Having said that, the first event that we're going to be covering today as well is called the 5 Golden Ring. So obviously a nod to the Christmas holidays, but as well, I think there's definitely some important details here. Golden actually referring to gold, because this is going to be a gold spending event that we haven't seen in quite some time. These are definitely far and few between, but once in a blue moon they do have this, so we're going to be covering that as well. And remember, with the turkeys and candies, there's also going to be a web milestone tie back to all this as well, so just be mindful of that. So 5 golden rings. I do want to point out real quickly here, there's going to be an opportunity to get more of these Mephisto red orbs. So remember the ones that you've been purchasing with the turkeys? Well, there's actually some embedded into the milestone events, so we'll definitely be gunning for that. And as well, if you're in the top 1,000 usually for these leaderboards, there's also going to be diamond opportunities for Mephisto. So quite a enticing event, interestingly enough. Usually December things slow down, but I do like how they're adding a little bit of incentive to be engaged. Now, before I jump into the breakdown of this event though, guys, I do want to just quickly show you here the monthly event for the gala here. So this is the December monthly, and I just wanted to show you real quickly here. There's 100 total shards of Emma Frost X-Men variant, so obviously she's gonna be important for the new Astro team that's exclusively for Battle World, but also has value in War. And really beyond that, I mean, I'm just seeing a lot of augmented gear. Obviously those finalized pieces there, here and there. There's a December player frame that they typically do. But yeah, nothing crazy, I guess, here. The snow globes obviously add points as well, but as you can see, this event being 35 days, so a little bit longer than the past events. And yeah, they're just food for thought. Again, this is going to be Emma Frost's free-to-play unlock, respectively, for the month of December. So now let's move on here to the 5 Golden Rings event. How you're going to be scoring points, as I alluded to earlier, is that there's actually a gold spending component. You're still earning the Shadow Orb fragments, so this is kind of similar to what we've already seen in the last few weeks with Campaign Energy. And as well, if you open these ring orbs, which I assume is going to be coming in the way of direct purchase through gold, that's going to give you even more opportunities actually to add points to this event. And like I said, it's a leaderboard for Mephisto Diamonds, but if you just want to get by and get all the bonuses, we're going to be going through what our free-to-play approach is, especially when we're in that mindset of saving resources and obviously thinking for the long term, especially since I covered this earlier in the week where there's a lot of new teams coming into the game, and we definitely want to be mindful of our resources. But before we jump into the breakdown of the math, guys, I just want to quickly pivot here over to the Season of Giving web milestone. Remember, that these web milestones are super duper important. Make sure you're logging into marvelsurfers.com and claiming these. Typically they last for about 7 days. So as long as you're doing this once within the 7 days when you completed, it's gonna be very meaningful, right? There's gold to be found here. There's also Ice Queen Gala milestone points, but more importantly for the Golden Rings event, there's actually 9 million total points that you'll be wanting to take advantage of here. Now, the nice thing about this event is that the combination of both turkeys and snow globes will be adding to this, so you can actually double dip, which is really, really nice. They did this last time too with the candy and as well as turkey, so I think it's just because of the fact that there's an overlap between the event. Now, let's actually talk about this event here. Obviously, the big one being next week. This is going to get featured. So the obvious thing is obviously to go through, sorry about that little word, tongue twisting there. You want to be focusing on the snow globes and the golden rings, right? Because this is what's going to be adding points to the monthly. And if you care about unlocking Emma Frost, that should be the most important thing of these events. Everything else is just fluff and extra if there are bonuses, right? So snow globes are important, golden rings are important. If I scroll down, then the other thing I mentioned earlier, right? There's Mephisto Red Star orb fragments. So this is going to give you a chance to get Mephisto up to 7 red. Again, based on RNG, and these are the same orbs that you can actually purchase for the 250,000 turkeys that's available in the turkey store. I'm assuming there's probably going to be an opportunity as well in the snow globe store. But yeah, I mean, there's at least an orb there. There's a couple orbs that you can actually get later down the road. And then their very last milestone actually gives you 3 orbs, but this is going to be a whale stone. But yeah, overall, you want to be aiming for at least all the snow globes and golden rings because that's going to be adding to the monthly event, which means realistically, we want to hit at least milestone 15 because milestone 15 basically gets you the last and final golden ring. And whether or not you can actually hit milestone 16, it gives you an extra little uptick in the 125,000 of snow globes. Is it going to be meaningful in the long term here? Probably not, because you don't typically need to actually do well in all the events to finish the monthly. As we saw, we're usually finishing these monthly events a week in advance. Having said that, the math is also very simple. You spend a single gold, it's 1 point. If you open the ring orbs, which by the way is probably going to be purchased by gold as well, you're going to get some extra value because you can see, depending on which ring orb you're going to be opening, it can give you anywhere from 60,000 points to 30,000. And as well, like I said earlier, the shadow orb fragments also give you 1,000 points per. So the nice thing about this event is they made it easy for us. They told us exactly what these are worth. Now we can actually math out what we're going to be doing. And also compared to the other events we've seen, there's actually going to be a limit on the shadow orb fragments. So probably because of the fact that you can max that out easily. So putting it all together, what is the free-to-play route? What am I going for and why exactly am I going for it? Well, first and foremost, we're going to assume that even if you're doing the bare minimum with no power cores, you should be able to get the 30 million points from campaign energy. I mapped it out myself. It's going to be fairly easy to hit, and you don't need to core, so that's good news. Save your power cores. That's easily one of the most important resources in the game now. As for gold spending, guys, if you have followed my past videos and you've seen how I've built up a massive reserve of gold in my account, I think right now I'm currently at like 230 or 330 million gold right now. I forget which number it is, but I lose track because I'm sitting in so much gold that I don't care. How do I do that? Well, I only spend 6 million gold per day. No more, no less. So bare minimum, even if I'm doing exactly what I've been doing all year, which is 6 million gold per day, that's going to net me at least 42 million. And remember, guys, this 42 million is going to be conservative because if you're also using this gold to purchase those specific gold orbs that I mentioned below in the scoring, it could very well actually be less than this when you're going through it. So make sure you're kind of min-maxing that if you're choosing to go down this route to maximize all of the different golden rings and snow globes. And then lastly, we already touched on the web's milestone, obviously giving us 9 million there as well. So in total, just us coasting, not doing absolutely anything, just making sure that we log in, use our campaign energy, as well as spending 6 million gold per day, no more, no less. It's going to get us close to 81 million points, which is exactly where we want to be right here for milestone 15 at 79 million points for all the golden rings, plus 6 million gold uptick, and as well 1 Mephisto orb. I'm good with that. Reason being is because you can go higher if you want, but I mean, the only time I think I would push higher is if you have a lot of characters and teams that you want to invest in, but this is only a 7-day event, and honestly, almost all the characters I need are built up, and even like going through the Shadow King unlock, I wish this event was live when that happened. So this is nice. If you guys haven't built up characters for Shadow King, this is a perfect opportunity to take advantage of it. But yeah, I'm going to be gunning for milestone 15 at 79 million because do I really need the extra, 125,000 snow globes at milestone 16 or the extra, 2 orbs for Mephisto? Probably not. It's a leaderboard, by the way, so everyone's going to be pushing and pushing. Maybe it's an opportunity for folks to spend gold, but it's definitely going to be a potential trap because we know there's so many teams around the corner. You're better off just saving your gold, saving your power cores, which is the exact same thing I've been recommending almost in all my videos because these events just haven't been worthwhile. Unless there's a brand new character or something sexy that we want to be going for in these events, I'm afraid the resources are better off utilized and saved later on for those teams. So that's going to be the mindset, guys. I know we expect this typically every month because with the milestones and events and characters, there's always uncertainty. But I know from the past years, December usually is a slower month. And it's usually the month that I can do a lot of damage in terms of saving. So even last year, it was very, very slow because I just saved everything that month, and it helped me in the busier January and February that followed, especially since the anniversary always happens on the March of each year. So just something to be mindful of, guys. This is definitely an opportunity to sink your gold. That's why I'm going to be holding back. I'm just going to be doing the exact same thing that I've been doing every month for the past year, which is 6 million gold per day, and spend more if you want, if you're prepping for Dark Dimension 7 and 8 and try to get that to the finish line. But otherwise, no reason to, unless you absolutely want to absolutely maximize some of these milestones. So I'll be gunning for milestone 15 just to kind of get the min-max. That's good enough for myself. But remember, big picture, we want to be doing as best as we can as well because Emma Frost shards are available in the monthly event. Hope this is helpful. Happy Friday. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.